Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rulla, and this channel is all about self-development and growth and becoming the best version of yourself. So definitely, if you want to improve your life, if you want to experience more positive, rewarding results, then definitely make sure to subscribe. Today is actually Labor Day, and clearly I'm not at a barbecue or anything too exciting. Today was just one of those days when I woke up and I felt low. I felt really low and insignificant, and I wanted to make a really raw video about today, about my emotions, about how I'm going to deal with them and process them, because I know that this channel is a safe space for me, and I always mention that we should embrace every single moment, every single emotion that comes to us. We should never let it linger. We should never suppress it. We should really soak into the present moment, whether it be a negative emotion or a positive one. And so once again, today was Labor Day, and I just woke up in a funk. I woke up feeling sad. I woke up feeling just really low. And I also want to say that I want to put a disclaimer out that my life is awesome. My life is amazing. Like, I am grateful for infinite things. And this video is in no way to say that feel pity for me, feel shame for me. I just want to show that there are universal feelings of just lowness, of negativity, of sadness, regardless of how much money you have, what you do for a living, who your friends are, where you live. You're gonna experience these things from time to time, and I just wanted to show that, yeah, I do have a pretty blessed, amazing life, but I also do experience days of negativity and days of lowness, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Just looking at our society, I'm sure you can name several people who appear to have such wonderful glitz and glam, happy lives, but actually in reality we're not so happy. For instance, Anthony Bourdain or Robin Williams or the fashion designer, I can't think of her name, Amy Winehouse. I mean, there are so many people who are talented, who have money, who have friends, who have fame, and they still experience these emotions. So of course, me, an average person for the most part, is going to experience these things as well. And so, like I mentioned, it's Labor Day. Oh, I probably shouldn't be sitting on the floor because there are bugs everywhere. Oh shit. Okay, I think I'm gonna, oh shit. Okay. I'm like getting attacked right now. So I'm gonna stand up really quick. Oh, whoa. Okay. Maybe not sit where all the ants and spiders are, but I'm actually just gonna stand. So, I'm so sorry. I just totally lost track of what I was saying. But my point was that today is Labor Day, and once again, I woke up in this funk. Let me just say that if I was younger and I woke up in a funk, I would do anything in my power to just ignore it, to neglect it, to pretend it doesn't even exist. And I think that's one of the worst things we can do to ourselves, is to ignore our feelings and to ignore when our intuition is telling us that we need this day for ourselves. We need this day for rest, for rejuvenation, for whatever it might be or look like for, it's going to be different for each person. But I think it is so key to tune into our own bodies and our own mental, mind state and attitude, and assess whether or not we are going to be fully present and fully experiencing the day as so many others would. So I talked to my mom and my sister. Of course, they're like having a high vibe day and they want to have a barbecue. They want to like grill, hang out at the pool. And once again, if I was younger, I would have been like, let's do it. But I would have been acting like a wuss the whole day, or I would have just felt really, really disconnected. And so today I did what I knew was best, and I was just honest, and I was like, hey, I'm having a shitty day. Like, I don't feel good. I don't really feel like today is the best day for a barbecue. And I mean, of course, they were completely understanding and supportive of that. And so once again, if you're feeling down or just any type of way that is going to keep you from, living your best life and having a good day, then just say no. Like, say no to people who it requires energy and effort and time and all these things to be your best self and to be surrounded by people and to be at, fun Labor Day events. And that really wasn't my state of mind today. So I said no to those plans, which I'm really proud about. Took a hot shower, which is one of my favorite things to do besides take a hot bath, which I know you guys are like, don't you live in California? It is so freaking hot, but I still somehow enjoy hot showers, so don't come after me for that. But so I did that. I had some, sorry if I keep looking away, but there's still lots of bugs crawling on me. I had some coffee, so I'll usually have a drink to start my day, whether it's a coffee, a tea, a fruit smoothie. Today it was just a coffee, and I worked on me, and working on me just literally looks like doing the things I love. So one of the things I love to do is to read. So I picked up a book that I was reading during my travels. I'm actually so excited to say that I read 3 books during my 3-week travel. So basically a book a week, which is really, really great for me, especially because in the past I would bring a book with me on a trip and I would read like a chapter or 2 and then never finish it. This time I literally finished 2 books on the trip, and then I finished this last one, less than a week after my travel. So I picked up that book, I finished it, enjoyed that. Then I did some business stuff, so I responded to emails, reached out to some of my tutors, worked on an advertisement that we're going to have going up for Labor Day. And so those things really bring me happiness because I feel fulfilled in a way. Like, now I can be like, okay, I was productive today, right? I might have not had the energy or the good vibes to hang out with people and to interact like I usually do and usually should do, right? But I was able to get work done, and I read a book, and I did these things that I feel accomplished about, even though they're small victories, right? We should always give ourselves a pat on the back for completing anything, whether it's small or big. And so what else did I do? I had my coffee, had a hot shower, I responded to emails, worked on an advertisement. Oh, I was actually going to do some editing, but I figured I would do that after I went outside in nature. So then I basically grabbed my little workout outfit and I went on a walk. I wouldn't say a hike because it's pretty level, but went on a little walk outside in nature. There's this really, really nice trail by our neighborhood, so just walked that trail. And I actually brought something with me. This is a piece of shungite, and this is something I want to talk about. So a few days ago I went to this kind of like, I don't know what to call them, but I would say like a crystal shop, and I purchased 7 crystals. And so this is one of them. This one's called shungite, And I actually picked this one up on the way out the door because it's known as the Universal Healing Stone. So this stone has been used, for ceremonial purposes and mainly to heal people for thousands, I think even billions of years. I'll insert kind of the image of the description for it that I read at the store, but I do want to do more individual research on each of the crystals I bought because there was a strong intention behind each crystal I bought. I didn't just say, oh, it's cute, let me pick it up. Each of them had a unique intention that I really, really wanted to embody in my house, in my space, and just with me. So I really felt I needed this healing stone today because, once again, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling just a lot of these emotions, which there's nothing wrong with, but it's nice to pick up this stone and know that I've set the intention for this stone to be a healer, to be something that guides me, to be something that keeps me grounded. And so just holding this stone, having it on me, I actually just had it hanging out in my bra, reminds me of that. And so stay tuned for, I don't know if it'll be in this video, but I definitely do want to share my crystal collection with you guys. It's literally just the 7 crystals that I got, and I also bought some sage. So I've never used sage or Palo Santo. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but those 2 plants are used to clear bad energy in a space. And so I bought those because I want to clear the energy in my apartment. For those of you who might wonder, why would I be wanting to clear my energy there? Well, basically what happened, for those of you who don't know, is a few months ago, I actually had broken 3 bones in my foot. And the crazy thing is the fall really wasn't that big of a deal, but the way that I fell caused me to break 3 bones, and it did happen inside of my apartment. So just the fact that I broke bones inside of my apartment kind of, for me, taints that space in a bit, and it made me very, very uneasy about being in that space. Once again, it could just be me overreacting or overreading into it, but I think definitely it's important to clear a space, especially when something traumatic happens there, or even if you have visitors and not all of them are really high vibe. I would recommend doing it. So the day that I bought the crystals and the sage, I was researching kind of how to cleanse your house and everything, and then the next day I kind of performed the ritual. I saged my place, I put some astral music on, some really nice meditative music on the speakers, and I set an intention for each of my crystals, and I saged my place. And so, as you can see, this week I've really taken lots of steps in trying to feel balanced and feel grounded and feel good. And I'm not saying they're not working, but once again, today I woke up and I had this bad feeling. I had this negative energy, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this day for me. I'm going to do what I know will work for me, because at the end of the day, I've learned you can't show up for others until you've taken care of yourself. And I think especially as a woman, it's something we do all the time, is we take care of others, whether it be our family, our friends, our partner, our colleagues, whatever. We're always advocates for others, and we're always showing up for others who need us, whether they're sick or they're sad or they want some advice or they want to go have fun. Us women really, really act as caregivers for others. And that's not a bad thing at all, but I think we tend to neglect ourselves and we tend to kind of deflect from ourselves. And today was one of those days when I really knew I can't show up for anyone. I really can't, because I don't feel full and complete, and I don't feel like radiating and overflowing like I usually do. So I just took that into account, and I'm like, hey, I can't really show up for anyone else until I figure this shit out. So that's why I'm taking this day for me. I'm taking this day for my own needs, for my own mental health, and then hopefully get back to the good stuff later. The other thing I wanted to talk about is just dealing with emotions. I've noticed that I really, really hold on to negativity. I mean, it might not seem like it, but I really store things like internally. So whether it be something that happened in my childhood or something that someone said to me, or just a certain like feeling that I have, whether it's like not feeling worthy or feeling rejected or feeling like unappreciated or unloved, like when I have those memories, unfortunately, they really stick. Like I can literally feel all my senses as if I'm experiencing that same memory like again and again and again. And I'm kind of starting to unravel the fact that maybe it's because I didn't deal with them when they happened. Like maybe it's because when I had those negative experiences, I didn't deal with them properly then. So I kind of just locked them away inside. And then later when something happens, it kind of like vomits all this other shit out. And so I'm starting to really tune into myself and tune into my daily experiences. Like if something happens throughout the day that really doesn't sit right with me, well, that means I need to do some inner work and healing to accept this and to be done with it and move on, or it will surface months, weeks, days, maybe even years later on, and I might not even know that it's something like from my past that's being gutted out. So I hope I'm explaining this correctly, but all that I mean is that I think in today's society, we have so many distractions, with social media, with just all the apps we have, technology, just this like go, instant gratification kind of lifestyle that we live really tends to distract us from what really matters and what's really going on inside. And so it's important to, once again, if you're feeling a certain way, to isolate yourself for a little bit from everyone, and to just really do that grounding work and that healing work so that you can accept something and be done with it and move on. Because guess what? If we don't do that, these things can show up later and they can manifest into even bigger problems. And so, that was another reason that I bought my crystals, is because I really want to kind of revisit some negative things that have happened in my life and try to make sense, not even make sense of them, but just try to be at ease with them, because they've already happened. So at this point, I might as well accept it, or like that's all I can do really, is either accept it or dwell on it all the time. And so it's better that I accept it. It's better that I heal from it, so that tomorrow I can be a clean slate. Tomorrow, whatever new experience that happens to me, I'm not going to correlate it and like be like, oh my God, look at this pattern of me being rejected, or look at this pattern of me feeling unworthy. Like, we attach onto these experiences and to these negative emotions so that when they happen again, it's not a small deal, right? It's holy crap, we've experienced this so many times before. Why does this keep happening to me? And then we get into this victim mentality when we feel like these things just keep happening to us and we have no control over them. So I'm really starting to like dig deep and figure out that, hey, there are these things that happen to me that I still haven't accepted, that I still haven't been at ease with. So of course, when something else happens, it's gonna just compound and be like even worse than it was before. And so that's basically where I'm at in my healing process. I'm nowhere near being completely healed, but at least I know I need to heal. And shit, that's like a big first step in my opinion. Weird. What was the other thing? There was something else I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just so over the place. I've also realized, we hear this all the time, but really having assumptions and expectations for other people that we can't control, that's always going to lead to disappointment. And I don't mean don't set standards for the people in your life, or don't set, bars of, hey, this is my level of respect. You better treat me that way. Of course you need to set those standards, but I mean little things, right? Not everyone can read your mind. Not everyone knows what's the best way to handle you when you're upset. And so don't be so gung-ho about someone treating you a certain way or dealing with your pain in a certain way, because we all have our own outlets to deal with these sorts of things. There's lots of wins, so I'm just gonna embrace it right now. The last thing I want to say is kind of just some real raw feelings of why I'm feeling this way. Once again, I said I kind of woke up with this feeling, so it was pretty random, me experiencing this. It wasn't one thing happened and it sent me off into this fucking depressive state. But first off, I've recently just come home from a 3-week Europe birthday tour. So I think anytime you go from a long-term period of excitement and travel and change and all of that, and then you just get thrusted back into your regular life, it is a little bit shocking in a way. Don't get me wrong, I love the life I live, and even I'm so blessed to be able to do the thing that I love and to get paid for it. That is just a dream come true. Actually, this was one of the first times that during my trip I was actually looking forward to coming home, to seeing my students again, to getting back to my business. And it really kind of reiterated and confirmed the fact that, hey, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. My business might not be $1 million business yet, but it fulfills me and satisfies me in a way that I never knew could exist. And so I was so happy to get back home, get back to work, get back to mentoring and motivating students. That was not the problem. It was just when you go from a 3-week excursion of waking up, seeing new places, sightseeing, walking, trying new foods, literally diving into new cultures, hearing a new language, it's a very, very stimulating time. And when you go from that to boom, here you are back working from home, living on the internet, my life at home really, really is indoors for the most part. When I'm teaching and tutoring kids, it's done inside their home. When I'm doing my advertisements, I do it from my computer, from my home. When I'm doing emails, it's from home. When I'm editing videos, it's from my home. When I'm cooking or any of the other things, reading, usually I do at home. So it is a very indoor lifestyle, which I don't like, and that's why I really tried to go outside and to find peace and comfort in nature, because being indoor can be really depressing. And to go from 3 weeks of adventure and this and that to coming back to just being at home for the majority of the day, in a place that I know so well, like it's just a little bit challenging. And on top of that, it's just this huge disconnect from everything and everyone I know. I can literally say that at this point in my life, I probably have like the least amount of friends that I've ever had, which is not a bad thing, right? I'm always about quality over quantity, but it's just really disheartening knowing that like I'm experiencing success in my business, like I experience success in my relationship, but I really don't have like a friend group. Really, like I do have friends who live all over the place, but I mean in person, face to face, I really don't have that encouragement, support, love, excitement, just like fun hangouts from like any girlfriends. And so that has been really, really tough for me to swallow, because you know, traveling always ignores that problem because you're in a new town, you're meeting people, you're going places, and so you don't feel that loneliness. But when I come back home, which usually when people come back home, it's like they're lining up lunches and hangouts and sleepovers, and I'm just over here like, oh, well, time to get back to work because I literally have no friends. So that has been something that's really, really been troubling. I will say it's a two-way street. I haven't really made any effort on my part because it just hasn't happened. And I just really feel like this divide right now in which like I want to meet new people and make new friends, but then I don't even feel like this solid, grounded connection with my old friends. So I'm like, am I even ready to make new friends if I like can't keep friends who I've known for years? Like it's just been really, really difficult. Yeah, it's been lonely. I've literally been living in solitude. Like that's how I will explain it. Everything I do, everything I love, I do alone for the most part. And so it's just tough not being able to share your moments, your memories, your experiences with like other people, you know? Like it's really tough not being able to, I don't know, to celebrate successes and to feel happiness with people who I've known for like over a decade. So yeah, there's that. And a little bit more about my crystals. I actually forgot to share this, but now it's coming back to me. One of the reasons why I find crystals to be so powerful, let me just say that I kind of used to look down, not down, but kind of with like a curious, like, not a curious, with, what is it? I guess in a way I used to judge people who were into crystals and meditation and all this like yogi kind of like stuff. But I've realized people keep plants inside their house, right? People keep plants inside their house for so many reasons, whether it's for decorative reasons, whether it's because it makes them happy, whether it's, you know, to cleanse the air and to have fresh, nice air in the house. There's so many plentiful reasons for having plants inside of your home. But then crystals get all this backfire. Like, oh wow, why does that person have crystals? Like they must be like believing in a sixth sense or something. I've actually really transformed the way I look at crystals, and now I see them as like a sacred part of the earth. Like just think about it. Rocks, crystals, stones have been on this earth for longer than you, for longer than me, for longer than any species, any plant. Like rocks, rock, water, fire, like these are the building foundations of our universe. And so why would you expect it not to be good to put rocks in your house? Actually, I would think it elevates your space, right? Because it's like you're having a piece of earth reside in your home, right? Just like a plant brings so much to a space, whether it be once again, like fresh air, decorative, looks nice, smells good, you know, it makes you feel good, it's more green, right? It brings you back to nature. Rocks, stones, and crystals are the same, right? They give us this sense of security, this sense of peace. They make us feel grounded. And it's like, once again, having a piece of the earth live at your home with you. What else could be so cleansing, so grounding, so humbling? And so I think it's like amazing to have rocks and stones and crystals inside of your house. They've existed for billions of years, and it's like you're keeping this like souvenir from the most primal, ancestral like form of living thing. Like, to me, it's really ceremonial, and it's made my home feel more like a sanctuary. Now when I look around, not only do I see my plants, but I see my crystals, and it makes me feel like I'm at one with the universe. It's not like this division between inside of here are my material possessions and outside there is like the external, you know, natural world. Now it's like I'm living in a space that has external things, but also these natural things. And so that's just another thing that attracted me to crystals. It was not in any way some like yogi person telling me, oh my God, this crystal is gonna change your life if you meditate with it. But it was very much just an instinctual, I think, human reaction when I finally realized, oh my God, these crystals are basically just rocks. They're basically just pieces of the earth that you can buy and place inside your house. Like, what a beautiful, wondrous, miraculous thing. And so I wanted to share that with you guys. But I think that really brings this video to a close. Probably going to head back now and either edit a video, read, maybe make some lunch, write some poetry, which always helps with these feelings as well. Yeah, it's just good to it's good to channel negative energy into a passion, whether it be reading, writing, anything like art, music, like all of those kind of creative pursuits really, really, really help you understand your emotions and deal with them. And so I've actually already written a poem today, and I definitely plan on writing some more if I feel that that's what's necessary. But I just want to say thank you guys for watching this really like raw, unedited, outside, no lighting video. I really enjoy talking to you guys without the pressure of like not that I usually have pressure, but just really kind of coming in here and talking about emotions without there being kind of a lesson for you guys. I just want you guys to know that it's okay to feel negative sometimes. It's okay to say no to our friends and family who we usually love to spend time with. It's okay to know that the best thing for you in this moment is to be alone, to do the things you like, to really keep it simple, and to ground yourself, whether it be, you know, with some stones, whether it be with some yoga, with a workout, with a nice walk, with whatever you enjoy. It doesn't need to be elaborate. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.